Hello, everyone. Took us forever to get this up. For some reason, it wanted us to use a streaming service. Not really sure why. So, looks like no one's in yet. We're kind of struggling with people finding out that we're going live. Hopefully soon we'll be able to get people in here with us. Anybody who watches the replay, let us know what you did to get your name out there. Let me see. We're online. That fly keeps bothering me. It says we're online right there. Maybe. So hopefully. Okay. That goes back. So anybody, how's everybody's week? Are you looking forward to Easter weekend? I'm going to put on our page, we're going live. Maybe that will help. Not really sure what to talk about.
You talk about all that fencing work we're doing.
Yeah, Dodge is really working on some fencing. How many T-posts have you run?
Well, I haven't run a lot of T-posts yet. Just depends on what you count. Well, yesterday I only put 12 in because I had to get some more. But I put in all the corner pipe and all the beginning and the corner pipes, and we've got the gate all mounted up on one of the on the pipe bracing, and I spent a lot of time just clearing the woods for on the property line so that we could run pipe and fence. We're not running barbed wire; it's field fence, woven field fence.
Have to keep that cow in somehow.
Yeah, good luck. But anyway, I ran the string line to make it straight and all that, and I've only put in like 12 T-posts, and but we went down today and picked up some more pipe. That stuff is getting expensive, boy. Tell you what. But anyway, that's where we are with the fence. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'll get a lot more of it run. You people that are buying fence, y'all know what I'm talking about when it comes to price that pipe. I just can't believe it. And it doesn't do any good to go on Facebook Marketplace. They want just as much or more than these companies selling pipe want. So there's no good deal on pipe on Facebook, at least that I can find. But anyway.
With that, got the new property line, which was another acre or so.
It's probably more like 2 acres when you count both pieces of property. But
I don't know if you've watched some of our videos, but our property line was wrong. We have almost 9 acres, and we thought we had 9 acres, but our property line was wrong. The pins
were right.
The pins are right. We were wrong.
Yeah. Well, somebody had put a stake in the wrong place prior to us owning the property.
Right.
And so when we contacted the surveyor and got the actual pin and where it was located, and we found it, we ended up with about 2 more acres. It didn't up our total, but we were shorting ourselves about 2 acres. So anyway, we got that straightened out and took the backhoe in and cleared out the woods for the property line and ran our string through there. And anyway, got up the corner posts and all that. Can't use you can't use wood out here as much as I would like to be able to use wood. But this clay, it never dries, and I've already learned the hard way that it took about a year, and the wooden posts I put in were rotted off right at the ground. So we won't be using wood posts on anything out here ever again. But anyway, we picked up enough pipe today to finish one side of the property so that the animals will be able to run on that.
Yeah, because we have to have that for the cow and horse.
Yeah. And that fenced in area that I'm doing now will also include the pond will be on it so that they'll have that.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, I've just been turning them loose without the fence and just keeping an eye on them. They really don't wander that much, but they would eventually.
Yeah, because they like to get away.
Yeah, because the grass is always greener somewhere else,
Mm-hmm.
even though it's exactly the same grass. But anyway, we'll get that straightened out. So we're still having to put them in, I don't know what you'd call it, a paddock or just a fenced off area that it's pretty good size, but we use cattle panels on.
A small pasture.
Yeah, and they're in there at night, but in the mornings I get up and go let them out. And they got run of, well, they got run of all of it if they want it, but unfortunately they don't have run of everybody's property out here, and they just can't stand that. That just can't be right. They have rights, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's where we're at on the fence. Tomorrow I'll be running a lot more pipe. I have gotten really lucky, even with all the rocks and stuff out here. And trust me when I tell you, we have a lot of rocks. But even with all of the rocks, I'm able to take that pipe and the backhoe and just push it in the ground. I don't have to dig any holes, which makes it even stronger because you never disturb the ground. So it just goes right in. But anyway, that saves me a lot of work, and that always makes me happy when you can save me a lot of work.
So, but sure, we're getting it. Got the garden in. Yesterday, well, 90% of the garden in. We still need cucumbers and
Yeah, and that's just in the one little garden
radishes.
that we've done so far.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it has the essentials in it. It has corn,
Yeah,
tomatoes, peppers, peas, green beans. So it's going to be small stuff, but I mean, we're still new at this, so we're getting better.
we're getting better. We're learning a lot.
Yeah.
Trial and error.
Yeah. Bruised the palm of my hand by using a garden trowel to do. So, backstory, we put the garden in last year and we did our furrows crossways. And when it rained and created I don't even know what you'd say, created something.
I'll be right
A
back.
creek.
Yeah.
Created a creek. Dog needs to go out. Created a creek. Then it washed all of our plants out and I had to start all over. So this year I went long ways and I did the furrows really long, deep. But the ground, we have so much clay that we tilled it up really well, like 3 or 4 times. And I had to get on my hands and knees and dig with a trowel deep enough to make the furrows so they wouldn't wash away. Now, that's not a guarantee. It might still wash away, but hopefully they're deep enough and they're going the right way that that we might have a good garden this year.
I hope.
Last year we had so many cucumbers we couldn't see straight, but I'm not a huge cucumber fan.
I love them.
But you couldn't keep them. You couldn't eat them all.
I can't eat 200 a day.
No, that's about what we were getting.
It's
they
like
were
it's like the whole egg thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we like eggs, but we're getting so many eggs. We're giving them away. We're eating them. It's just too many eggs.
Yeah.
And I guess that's better than not having any eggs. And now the guineas are laying eggs, and I know they probably taste the same as a chicken egg, but I just can't bring myself to eat a guinea egg.
Ryler says they do.
Yeah. Well,
tell us what you think. Do guinea eggs taste the same? I haven't tried them yet. And we get as many of those as we do chicken eggs sometimes.
We get at least 4 guinea eggs a day. We only have 5 guineas, so they're laying eggs, and I just can't bring myself to eat them.
But you don't like duck eggs either, do you?
Yeah, but I've eaten duck eggs and don't care for them. They're just too strong for me. It took a little getting used to eating farm fresh eggs because they're a little stronger than what store-bought eggs are. I don't think I could probably eat store-bought eggs. I mean, I could eat them, obviously.
I don't know. You probably wouldn't even notice the difference.
Maybe not. I don't know. But it's just like what you get used to changes. Like we have a perk coffee pot now. And
we have a campfire pot.
Yeah, and we've been using that for what?
3 years.
Almost 3 years now. And I went somewhere and drank out of the drip kind of coffee pot, and I didn't even like it anymore. I'd rather have the percolated coffee.
I mean, I don't notice the difference, to be honest with you.
Well, that's because you put all that candy in your coffee.
Shut up! It is not candy.
I drink my coffee straight, so if there's something different about it, I notice it right.
I put sugar-free creamer in it and no sugar.
Well, I know, but it's still ice cream.
Whatever.
What is it? French vanilla?
Whatever. You don't know.
And I know I can't drink it with all that in it.
So what else are we doing?
Man, there's too much. I've taken down a lot of trees, and before everybody goes crazy, I love trees. But we need grass, and we need...
no wing down.
Yeah, the wing downs, I don't even know how people deal with the wing downs. We went from... I just can't believe how fast they come up and grow. And they grow everywhere. And
they're full grown in 2 days.
Yeah, it seems like they are. It's like you're going to walk out your front door one day and run right into one that wasn't there yesterday. But even the backhoe has a tough time pulling them stumps out because they got some vicious roots on the wing down. But
hi, who just came in? Yeah, we don't have many other trees. I mean, we have a few. Like we have.
I found cleaning out for the fence line. I found some bodark, and we have some
persimmon.
We have a lot of persimmon trees that
Those
are just
wild. Came out of nowhere.
Yeah, they're just wild persimmon trees. We have a couple of big oak trees up on the other side here.
The Upper East Side.
Yeah. We call it the Upper East Side. Because when we bought that second piece of land, we said we was moving on up to the east side.
Yeah.
But we've got some bigger trees over there. There's a lot of cedars. What's really strange is there's so many pine trees out in this area, and we don't have any pine trees.
And Deborah Ann has one on her property.
Yeah, and
has one.
It's crazy because the whole drive here from town or anywhere you go, the road is just the whole sides of the road is covered in pine trees.
Yeah.
The whole side of the mountain is pine trees. Everything's pine trees. And then you get to our property and there's no pine trees.
Okay.
And that was one of the things we wanted to get a sawmill because of all the pine trees out here, and we don't have any pine trees. But that wouldn't be a problem. I have a lot of people that are wanting to give us pine trees that we could use the sawmill for, but we haven't got that far. No sawmill. I'd love to have a sawmill, but we don't have one.
No.
But
We want to. There's a few things we want to have, like the sawmill and
well,
the shredder.
Yeah, we would like to have the mulcher.
Chipper.
Yeah. Yeah. And because that'd save a fortune on bedding, because I've cut down so many wing downs that, and it's going to be a constant job with the wing downs. I look around at all these hay fields out here, and the little wing downs are coming up everywhere every year, and they just mow them down when they're cutting hay and bale them up right along with the hay. And the goats love wing downs now. They would eat wing downs till they popped. So when I cut down the wing downs, I throw the branches in with the goats, and they love them. But I don't think Fergus cares much for them. He likes some trees, but I don't think he cares much for the wing downs.
I don't know.
But there's a scrub oaks. He likes to eat the leaves off the scrub oaks and off the honey locust and the black locust. We have those out here. We got plenty of locust trees.
We have a lot of those.
I mean, we got some thorns out here. You could make a jousting. What do you call that? Pole, a jousting pole out of. They got some sharp, long.
Oh yeah.
Thorns.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
I'm not talking about anything.
Oh, okay. We do have. You said cedars. We do have a lot of cedars. We have a couple really nice willows down by the pond.
Yeah, the pond's got some willows. They're not weeping willows. What'd you call them?
Globe willows.
Globe willows. And we want to get some. There's a lot of redbud trees, but not on our property. It'd be nice to have.
I'd like to have redbuds.
Redbuds.
We have that one. Did I tell you it was an ash?
Yeah.
We have one ash tree down by the pond. What else do we have? That's about it, really.
Yeah, I mean, most of the trees on our property are going to be.
Hey, Wendy.
Are going to be mostly wing downs.
I love seeing you too. I don't see you, but I talk to you.
But a lot of trees, and I hate cutting down. Even the wing downs, I hate cutting down. But we need grass. Lots of grass.
And the grass comes back within just like days, really.
Yeah. And we'll probably end up planting some trees that we do want.
Oh, I've got a bunch of plum already that I want to.
And what's the other one that we have? The
sycamore?
Yeah, the sycamore trees.
Yeah.
I like the big sycamore trees. But and I really wanted some horse apple trees or Osage orange or whatever they're called. Bodark, Osage orange, horse apple.
Yeah.
But I'd like to have some of those just because I like them.
Yeah, I like those.
And they get big and shady. We'd really like to have oak trees, but they take forever to grow.
We have a couple huge oak trees.
Yeah. Really big oak trees.
But they're up on the Upper East Side.
Yeah. And we haven't really done much with that property yet.
No. Not really. Parked on it. That's about it.
Yeah. Parked all
but we want to start building, and so it'll be right in the center of both.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can start that soon.
Oh, we're definitely going to use it. It's just we're already in the middle of this. There's so much. We're doing so much that and we should be recording it. I know we talked about this last week, but
we're struggling to record and edit and all that stuff right now.
But
I'm trying to go as fast as I can.
It's hard. It slows you down so much, and I know that you still need to do it, but But I'm back and forth through the pasture sometimes on the 4-wheeler doing stuff with the fencing. Sometimes I'm on the tractor to load the generator in the front bucket of the tractor and my welder and all the cutters and
Are
all
we
that
belly
stuff.
aching because we have to do stuff?
It's not that we're belly aching about it, but it's hard to video while you're doing all of that.
Yeah, I know, but
And we really want to, but and I think we'll get better at it.
I think that's it. I think we just need to get better at it.
Yeah,
I mean, because this is kind of our job now, right?
yeah, yeah. But it's kind of like a side gig. I mean, it isn't, but summer only lasts so long, and you're trying so hard to get so much done during good weather. And the way it's been here in Oklahoma lately, it's 80 degrees one day, and the heater's running all night the next day, and so you never
It was
know what's
cold
going to
this
happen.
morning.
Yeah, it was cold this morning. It was in the 80s yesterday, and it dropped down into probably the I don't know the 40s or the 50s last night. It was
It
pretty
was cold when I got up.
cold, and the wind was blowing. That's the other thing here, and I know in the dead of summer that wind's going to quit. You're going to wish you had a wind, but it's kind of hard right now when it's not that warm. It's
Yeah,
probably warm for a lot of other people. It's not warm for me. If it gets below 80 degrees, I'm looking for a jacket.
yeah, it's
But
true.
yeah, I'm really cold natured bad. But I just put on my coat. Like this morning, I put on my coat till it got warm, and it did get warm.
Yeah, finally got warm about what, 10, 11?
Yeah, something like that. And then
Well, for us.
yeah, and then the wind quit blowing. But anyway,
That's kind of what we've been doing this week. We've had a couple animal things happen, but that's it.
there's just a lot going on. There's a lot we want to do, and I've got piles of trees everywhere. And I know I don't want to let them get too big because then the fire will be too big. And I'm already worried about fire. All these people out here burning and stuff, but I worry about it. I get paranoid about it. So I think I'm going to scrub me off the place with the backhoe, so it's just dirt, and then put all the piles one at a time on that dirt pile and
Burn
burn them
that
like
way.
that way when it's not windy. The
You're
wind
gonna do
really
it by the
bothers me.
pond?
I don't know. No, I won't do it by the pond because the fence is in the way. I can't get them to go past there.
Oh yeah.
Plus, we have to move the barn frame from
Oh
where
yeah.
it's
We're moving the
sitting
barn again.
again. I've moved that barn so many times. I might as well just put wheels on it. But we're going to move it so that it's against the front of it is against the fence line, so that I can put a gate at the front of the barn and a gate at the back of the barn, so that I can either just drive through or you can just let the animals in from the other side. Because I want to keep my regular gate because the backhoe's too tall to go through the barn and stuff, and I don't want to. I want to make sure I have a way to get back in the pasture with the tractors and stuff. So
Or we
anyway,
can't leave the barn where it's at because where the gate is too tight of a turn to get anything in there.
yeah. The problem, what happened is, and I know it sounds like we just keep changing our mind. It's not that we keep changing our mind. It's just when the property line changed, it changed a lot of stuff
Oh yeah.
because it changed space and where we could put stuff, and so it made a big difference in uh, the way we're going to do things. Because it doesn't sound like a lot of extra property, an acre or so, but when it's laid out the way this place is laid out, it made a big difference.
It did. It made a lot of difference. Like I was completely shocked at
Oh yeah,
kind of the. I mean, and some of the property, mind you, is not going to be like utilized, like right up against the driveway coming in.
yeah,
It's at a point, so it's not stuff that we can really utilize. Maybe for growing stuff,
yeah,
maybe,
Yeah.
But
it moved the whole property over for all the fencing and
yeah,
the gates and
well,
what room we could do stuff in.
Yeah.
And it just made it totally different.
It did.
And then a lot of those trees that were in that acre that I've now gotten rid of some of them so that we can do what we need to do, it's just made it look a lot bigger.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, we gathered the Wet Weather Creek. That's on ours now.
Well, when we found out, now we have 2 wet weather creeks on our property.
Yeah.
That come together, both on our property. And so it's kind of nice to not have to worry about somebody getting another piece of property by us and messing with that wet weather creek, even though that it dries up pretty much in the summertime, the late summer. It's still nice because it's what fills up the pond.
In the springtime.
In the springtime, it'll fill up the pond, and then when the pond gets full, it actually has a place where it can go out the other side of the pond, and the wet weather creek just keeps on going.
Yeah.
And that runs through the property too, so that's nice. It'll be good for the animals because there'll be plenty of water. And so far, we haven't had any problems with it drying up.
No, and we think we have a spring on the Upper East Side.
Yeah.